Okay, it's on. You gotta reset. Okay, it's on.
All right, what's going on, guys? We back. We are back at it. I'll be right back though. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see how's the lighting. I think the lighting a bit better right now. It's a little different. All right, guys. I'm pretty excited for this new week, man. There's a lot of big moves is about to happen. I'm looking at the charts right now. It's looking very juicy. You guys know we're already locked in on gold. So we're gonna see, what gold has to do for us. But exciting week, man. What's going on, Lewis? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Moody? I see you. What's going on, Jackson, man? Let's win this week, man. Let's lock in. So what we're gonna do, bro, we're gonna reset, man. We're gonna literally go ahead and reanalyze our chart, go into details, and see exactly, how we're going to be able to capitalize in the market. You guys already know the way we trade. We trade from zone to zone. I have some cool videos that I'm dropping this week that's going to kind of explain the strategy a little bit better. What I mean by zone to zone. Those of you guys that's been watching and following since, I started streaming, you guys already seen the growth. You already seen exactly how I've been trading using the strategy. So it's pretty exciting, what's going on right now. And I'm just so grateful and blessed that I'm in a mental space where I'm able to just focus on trading, create great content for you guys and really show you guys exactly, how I'm able to do this, how I'm able to trade in the market the proper way and make the profits and get the results. So I'm going to walk you guys through it. And the reason why I love streaming is because as the week go and we actually get results at the end of the week, we get to see exactly our behaviors in the market. Like one of the things that I do because I'm streaming is I'm getting the cool clips, highlight moments from the videos, and of course putting it together for you guys as reels and long form videos. But what's cool about it is that it's like I'm back testing. Alright, it's like I'm back testing. So it's like I'm not just back testing on the chart because I'm seeing the charts and what I was doing and I'm remembering what happened in the market. But I'm also watching the videos, the recordings, exactly how I was performing, like my mindset. And one thing I noticed was I'm trading in the market and I'm seeing the move. It's clear it's happening, but the emotions is pretty high. Like the way that I could foresee the move happening and it's actually going in the right direction, I should really just be like numb to the drawdown just based on the strategy, because what I was seeing is that the trade, even if it took some time, the trade eventually went to the destination, which would be bottom Bollinger Band and both scenario, bottom Bollinger Band 30-minute time frame, H1 time frame, which we're going to go over so we could be more prepared this week. So it's been an interesting past couple of weeks ever since I started the live stream. You guys literally seen how not only that I started something new, but was able to adjust within it, because our stream used to be in the morning. I noticed that that was not as profitable as we should be, so I started trading at a different time, which is the time that we are showing up right now. So appreciate every single one of you guys that's locked in with me, tuning in with me. We only gonna keep growing as the results keep growing. I want you guys to grow alongside with me as well. So this is why I appreciate you guys showing up, because as we grow, as the week happen in the week, we predict the move, we make the profits, we already know exactly what to do the following week. And if you locked in and you tune in and you consistent, you're going to be on the same frequency as well. And then once we start hitting big, it's going to only make sense. So let's get to work, guys. First thing first, I'm going to show you guys what I think about gold, but I also want to know what you guys think as well. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. It's like everything reset from the weekend when I don't do the streams. 1 second, let me put this together. One second, guys. Fixing this so we could see the screen. And all right, here we go. All right, let's look at the charts, guys. So we're gonna start off for gold. We're gonna look at a couple pairs. We're going to look at gold. We're going to look at BTC. We're gonna look at oil, silver, and NAS 100. But we're not going to take too long on each pairs. The only pair that's really gonna take most of our time is going to be gold. So as you guys know, beginning of the week, I like to lock in, man. I like to analyze my chart and really see where potentially price could go, man. But before I go into details, we're gonna start off with gold, right? You guys let me know what you guys think gold is going to do in your own opinion. What you guys think gold is going to do? Alright, so for me, I'm still in the bearish mindset. That's just for me. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know. Because we're going to analyze right now. Let me know in the chat. Alright, chat. What do you guys think? You got to dive in, man, and do it yourself too, man. Have a mind on your own. Have to. Okay. So right here, I have Jackpot strategy, right? Okay, I have Jackpot strategy here. We're gonna utilize it to see exactly what's going on. All right, someone said it's dropping. I'm not sure if they're referring to gold, but as I'm analyzing the chart, let me know as well. What do you guys think? If you guys think gold is dropping or buying, what do you guys see? I mean, of course, it's early on in the week. It's hard to tell right now, but I think potentially more bearish move, and here's why. We have a new month that's about to start, right? Let's hide everything. Hide all. Okay. Let's look at chart on the naked chart, and also too on this session, I'm gonna show you guys one of the way that I'm going to have my chart as well going into the week, like completely naked, and save it as a template using the Jackpot strategy. So I'll show you guys how to do that as well in a second here. So we're gonna have gold, BTC, and we're gonna have like 3 pairs. All right. We're starting off with gold first. So, all right. So, on a naked chart, all right, we see gold right now on the monthly time frame. On the yearly time frame, we still a bullish candle. Okay. On the bullish candle on the yearly time frame, clean bottom candle, smooth bottom. That's a confirmation for a major buy. On the monthly right now, it's just showing me that this is a wick, and we finally have the real bearish candle now, and we could potentially be heading down further. All right, the next one would be weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, look how this looks. Now this looks very, very, very bearish, because last week candle was a strong bearish candle. It gave us a smooth top. All right, showing me that we are going for a sell. The less wick you have on the top of a candle, the more bearish that candle is going to be. Right? The less wick you have in a bottom of a candle, the more bullish that candle is going to be. So you could see an example here. Smooth bottom, price went up. Smooth top, price went down. Smooth top, price went down. Smooth bottom, price went up. Just as an example, just to show you guys here. Last week candle did not really have much of a wick as well. And then this new week candle as well does not have a big wick as well. Now that does not mean that this cannot just be a major wick for a buy and price completely reversed. Again, we don't have that much data just yet to know exactly where the market is going. At least like for me, I know where the market is going at least 75 to 80% accuracy by Wednesday, Thursday, mostly Thursday. By Thursday, I have a good idea, about 75 to 80%, and confidence in the direction that I'm going, because I've had some time to gather some information, some data, based on what the indicator is telling me, so I could get an overall view of where price is going. So, looking at this scenario here on the daily time frame, we had multiple bearish candles on gold, which pushed price very low. We had a strong zone right now, which is one right here and also one right here. It's going to be a very interesting week to see exactly how price is going to make its breakout moves, but we're going to see. All right, H4 time frame is looking very bearish still. As you guys can see, we just talked about a smooth top. This is a smooth top. It's looking very, very bearish as well from here. H1 as well, looking very bearish. It's going to, of course, have to break this zone to go lower. 30-minute time frame, we're looking, again, very bearish here. 15-minute time frame, bearish right here. So I'm already foreseeing, just on the naked chart, that we are very bearish. Now, of course, I need my indicators to kind of be for sure. But before I do that, let me show you guys real quick how we're going to be able to basically have a naked chart as well. One of the template I'm going to use this week, I think, is going to go a long way, which is only going to show me keys on entries and exit points. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Let me make sure I also have this one saved. We're gonna call it JPS 1, 2, JPS with 2. Alright. Remember my symbol. Save, and let's go ahead and put a check on that. Alright, now let's go ahead and create the new template. So the new template is going to look like this. Very simple. It's not going to have Bollinger Band. It's going to have the jackpot strategy. But we're going to remove everything on there except for the lines. I may just leave jackpot confirmation only. We're going to leave here average daily range. We're going to leave that support and resistance. We could leave that. Previous daily highs and lows. We could leave that. Half trend. We could leave half trend for now. Well, I'll see how it looks. We turn on the daily, monthly, yearly. Alright, let's see how this looks. Super clear chart. It has the key zone. Let me see right here. Look at my analysis from last week, guys. We had a sell here and we had a re-entry sell here. Crazy. Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna attack hard again this week. Alright, so yeah, let's finish putting this together. Now the reason why I'm putting this together is because I noticed there are some great opportunities, but if look on a completely naked chart, you have a complete different idea of where price could potentially go as well. So let's see, which going to align with what you already know. Alright, so that's pretty much it right here. I'm going to also have this one here just because I want to see on a more of a naked chart point of view. Again, I could just also, if I want to, I could just come here from the jackpot strategy, go to input. I could hide a different confirmation I don't want to see. So it could also be like that as well, you know. But one of the confirmation that I actually do want to see here is at least the Ichimoku cloud. The Ichimoku cloud moving average is very important. Yeah, there it is. You see that? I need this. And in future videos, guys, I'm going to spend more time explaining why in details so it could make more sense. But continue showing up to the live streams that we do so you guys could actually, see exactly how to use this strategy. It's a very powerful strategy, and I know with time a lot of us is going to comprehend it more and just make more profit on it. But this is going to be our a little bit clear, simple template, not too much going on. All right, so I'm going to just save this real quick as JPS clean. Matter of fact, I want to make this a little bit more clean. Let's go ahead and take that out. Let's take out half trend. Yeah. Let me see how I look off. Hold on. Let me see how I look off. Hold on. Nah. But do the one in the back. Nah, the other one. Nah, the other one. Yeah. Do that one. Nah, the other one. The white one. Trying to find the lighting. Yeah, that one is fine. The other one? Yeah, that one is fine. Yeah, that's perfect right now. Alright, here we go. Where is it? Alright, look. Let's get back locked in, guys. Take notes. Alright? Because it's these things that I'm speaking about, guys, as it happens, over time, the more you're going to see price going from zone to zone and the predictions are happening, the more you're going to trust the indicator. The more you trust the indicator, the more profit you make. You get more confidence. And what I've been telling you guys, and I haven't started my $100 challenge yet. I'm going to restart it. What I was telling you guys, put some money aside, man. Get a prop firm account. Open a $100 account, whatever. And literally lock in and trade it zone to zone with the indicator so you guys can see how it actually works. And I'm going to do a better job showing you guys more content, long form content on YouTube on how to actually use it. So here's what I have right now. I think this is pretty good. We're going to keep it nice and simple, just like this. And then from there, we'll see how market behaves throughout the week, okay? Very simple. Now, I think for right now, gold is going for a buy. I'm not fully going to participate just yet, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this template real quick, and I'm going to call it JPS clean. Let me just call it clean JPS so I can have the letter C. Clean. Okay. Clean. Oh no, I'm messing up, guys. There it is. Clean JPS. All right, bet. Save that, and then we're gonna also star it so it could come up right here. All right, clean JPS. Now, I could analyze from here, but there's a key component from my indicator that I need that clean JPS can't give me, unless I go and add it myself. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back to my template here, which is the Jackpot strategy here, and I'm going to go ahead and start analyzing from here, okay? So here's what I'm expecting. Here's what I'm personally expecting. All right, first thing first, let's go back on the weekly with the strategy. And what I'm going to do to break this down, I'm going to hide the strategy itself, and I'm only going to allow it to show the Bollinger Band here. The reason why I have the Bollinger Band right there, standing alone, is also in the strategy as well, but I have it here just because when I'm explaining the zone-to-zone strategy that we do using the Jackpot strategy, so you guys could see it on a clean view. So, for example, all right, just to prove a quick point, all right, when the market go from zone to zone, so that means based on the Jackpot strategy using the Bollinger Band, the market would come from the bottom, all right, let's just keep it simple, bottom Bollinger Band to the middle Bollinger Band, from the middle Bollinger Band to the top. And this is on the weekly time frame, guys. So you already know that's major moves happening right there. That's a weekly time frame. All right. So you're going to see exactly, if you just get this part down, you got literally 60% of the Jackpot strategy down pat. Just this part I'm going to show you right now, guys. And then the next part about the strategies is the moving averages and the entries, daily entries, weekly entries, keys on entries to help you with the direction overall. All right, so we're going to go into it. Yep, exactly, Jay. Literally, the more we use the strategy, the more confidence we're going to get. Even when you miss the trade, you could see how it play out and do better with the entries. That's the cool thing about being actively trading with the strategy, because even if you take a loss, you could see what you did wrong and how you could have did better on the next attempt, right? That's a good strategy because it's not like we are blinded to what's making us lose. This is why we are 100% responsible for the profits that we make or the L's that we take, because if you following me, you know the rules. We only lose, like personally, I only lose when I do what I know I'm not supposed to do. Like what? Over risking, multiple entries, no stop loss. All of that is part of the strategy. It's not just knowing where the market is going. You could know where the market is going and still lose, guys. You need a game plan, a strategic game plan that also includes the entries, where you're going to enter the market, time. What time you going to enter the market, and what is your overall risk management? How much you are willing to risk on that specific trade that you are in to be able to make? You need to have all of these things packed down, and then you could actually execute the trade. But I get it; it's easier said than done. Sometimes we rush in the market. Sometimes we over risk. Sometimes we do multiple trades. I totally get it. This is why you are learning. This is why you are growing. The only way you learn is to know there's a better way of doing things. Once you know there's a better way of doing things, now it's up to you to actually do the better way of doing things. So to start it off, it's very simple. As you could see, just to prove a point, the market literally goes from zone to zone. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up my trading view here. Not trading view, Zoom here. So I could be able to write on my screen. Let's see what it's telling me to do. I always gotta put in a password. Why don't I just remember it? I forgot my password, guys. And hold on 1 second. I need to go on Zoom so I could be able to get my password. Not on Zoom. I need to go on freaking my notes. I wish I could play music, man, but YouTube keep copywriting my videos. So soon, guys, we're gonna have to move on Kick and a Twitch for real. We have a little bit more freedom. All right, let's do this. There it is. All right, chat. Stay with me now. We about to get locked in. About to drop the gem. Gold is pushing up. Again, for right now, I don't feel like I want to take a risk. It looks very good. I actually may take a risk, but they're saying I need to see first for that to happen. And I'm going to break it down right now. Alright, let's do this. I'm just going through Zoom real quick so I could be able to write on my screen and stuff, show you guys. Alright, get the little pin. Okay, cool. Here you go. Let me start again, just so we're all on the same page, right? So, here's what it is, guys. Here's what it is. If you look for this week, you'll win. Here's the jackpot strategy, guys. Here's the basic breakdown of the jackpot strategy. Quick. If you understand these key things, you're going to have success with the strategy. So look, real quick, right? The way the strategy is built is for the market to show us where the direction is going. So right now, as you guys could see, all right, the market, we're looking at the weekly time frame, goes from zone to zone. So it goes from the bottom to the middle, from the middle to the top, from the top to the middle, from the middle to the bottom, from the bottom to the middle, from the middle to the top. When it don't actually goes fully to the bottom, it shows you where the trend is at, which is bullish move. When it don't fully goes to the top, it shows you where the volume is at, which is a bearish move. Because based on the direction of the market, it's going to break what was either a support zone or a resistance zone boldly in order to go to the next destination. So as you guys could see here, on the Jackpot strategy Bollinger Band, price fully broke through the top Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame. Now, this is not a joke. We're talking about the weekly time frame here. This is candles that takes weeks. And we have a crazy breakout like that. Top Bollinger Band price literally broke structure, broke the major resistance zone, broke the area price, retested multiple times, broke it. That was the start of a long-term trend for a buy. Because now, that top Bollinger Band, right? That top Bollinger Band is now have became a new support zone. So instead of top Bollinger Band, because top Bollinger Band usually is a resistance zone, top Bollinger Band now becomes a new support zone because price is fully above it. Literally. So you could see that red area, right? That line right there, the Bollinger Band, this right here became a new support. And price went up, higher high, higher low, break and retest, tested again, kept going high. All right, now let's move fast forward to now. Price kept buying, kept buying. Look at this, look at this. We had a breakout to give us a retest at the middle Bollinger Band. Now, here's what could have happened here. And this is important to know because we may see that again this week. Price, right, could have broke fully. Price could have broke fully middle Bollinger Band because it did go under it. and then kept going down lower to test the next destination, which would have been bottom Bollinger Band here. And if price would have just kept going, it would have broke it, kept going down lower. Now, it didn't do that. Instead, price reached the middle Bollinger Band, which is a strong area as well. Price reached that middle Bollinger Band and then reversed back completely for a buy. Now, why is this so important? Number one, this is the weekly time frame we're talking about here. Why am I stressing the weekly time frame? Is because the higher time frame always going to have way more value. It holds more weight. Whatever is happening on the weekly time frame, monthly time frame, yearly time frame is going to eventually have everything aligning on the lower time frame from daily to the seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 1 second, to align to make up that daily candle, to make up that weekly candle, to make up that monthly candle. The reason I'm stressing on this is because this is a big time frame. And whenever we see a confirmation area where we could enter, that entry is a long-term destination move, meaning it's going to the next Bollinger Band on that time frame. So when price tested, all right, and we could see this in real time. This is why I love this strategy and I love showing you guys, is because whatever I'm saying, I'm showing it to you in real time. I'm showing you this is exactly what it did. That's what it's going to continue doing. In this scenario here, guys, what price did, it went back. Instead of going lower, it actually broke and went back up towards the middle Bollinger Band, turned that back into a new support zone to go to the next destination. Where's the next destination? Top Bollinger Band. That's the strategy. Zone to zone. Right? Moving averages like 50 MA comes into play to show us the direction when it's time to actually go. This is what we're going to go over to next. But before that, we could see, all right, price is literally now going on an uptrend. All right? Not only did price went up and couldn't break the first time, it retests. You guys going to see this. Price retests. Back again the middle Bollinger Band. Here it was supposed to break again to go lower to test bottom Bollinger Band, but because we're on the uptrend, bullish, strong momentum from the higher time frame, which would be the monthly and yearly time frame, because we're on the uptrend, we could see price kept going higher, broke through again the resistance on top Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame, broke through again, turned that to a new support to continue bullish momentum. That's so cool to see. Now imagine if you was just in a buy or been looking for a buy on this trade because you know the strategy, you know what to look for. Imagine you was looking for buy since here. You holding this trade, or you entering, closing. At least you know the direction of the market. That's the whole point of Bollinger Bands, guys. That's why we have it in the Jackpot strategy. That's why we hit week to week. That's why price going our way week to week, because we going based on what the market is telling us from Bollinger Band. So now we know we're on a higher time frame going up, weekly time frame. Price just went so high. Every time it was time to go back, it just kept using it as a support zone, pushing it higher again. Now we're in the same situation. So then, right, it's fair to say that top Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame is a strong support zone. It's fair to say that, because we notice every time price reached that area and it was supposed to reverse and go in a certain direction, it never did. It just kept going higher. Right here. So now we're going to, once we get to this area, we're going to see a major move. So it's fair to say, and I don't have to add it, but I could add a line right there just so we know. It's fair to say that this area right here is a strong support zone. So I'm going to go ahead and call this area the weekly time frame support zone. I'm going to call it the weekly support zone. At least so I know as the week goes, when price reach that area as a sell, I know to hurry up and see how price is going to react, because it may reverse, continue going up for uptrend. or fully break it and go down for a downtrend. Guys, you got to notice. That's how you're going to get that confidence. If you're not hitting right now, you're not making no type of bread in the market, you need to start with whatever you can, man. Start making $10 a week, $20 a week, $30 a week, $100 a week, through 200, 500. Work your way up. Because what's happening is that you're just going to keep building your confidence. And if you get a profit from accounts, it becomes a little bit easier. That's a weekly support zone right there we're marking. Very important. All right, boom. Weekly support zone. All right. Now we go to the daily time frame. Okay. Now keep in mind, guys. All right. This is our analysis we're doing here on gold. Keep in mind, market go from zone to zone. Okay. On all time frame, except higher time frame have more value. It hold more weight than the smaller time frame. So whatever the highest time frame says, that's what's happening. All right, if it's looking bullish, that's what's happening. Okay, so on the daily time frame now, I could see how all of this was happening when price was breaking top Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame. That was nothing but middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame, and also top Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. All right, let's review again. On the daily time frame, we could see again, based on everything I've been saying, and I'm proving it over and over, and that's all you need to look for throughout the week. And you could do this on smaller time frame and scalp, which I'll show you guys. Again, bottom to the middle, to the middle, to the top. That's what the market do. When price keeps going and it breaks a top, it's gonna keep going long term. Okay? When price breaks a bottom, Bollinger Band, it's gonna keep going down long term. The higher the time frame, the further it goes. The lower the time frame, the shorter it goes, because there's new support and resistance on new bottom Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band areas waiting to push price the opposite way based on the time frame that it's at. This is why you have to align yourself earlier in the week with the time frame and the zones to see where you are going. When you know where you are going, that's the main thing when you're taking your attempts. Because if you're going to take 10 attempts in a week, 20 attempts in a week, you need to have a good idea of where the direction is going. Because once you have the idea of where the direction is going, the only thing that's left to do is when you entering it, what is the risk management game plan? What is the lot size? How much you're going to risk for that setup? And then just waiting for your trade to actually play out. Knowing how to manage the trade. Manage yourself. Manage your emotion when you actually end the trade. That's the next things. But the first thing is you need to at least have an insight of where the direction is going. That's why stock traders, they watch the news. They read about the company. They read over the company returns, the portfolio. So they could at least have an idea where the market is going. As Forex traders, we don't really need to do all of that. We just need to analyze our chart, use market structure, and if you use the Jackpot strategy, even better. So you could have an idea where the market is going. So when your ideas is actually happening the way you have it planned, then you could actually take action. That's what trading is all about. All right. So daily time frame from the bottom to the middle to the top. Again, it couldn't go up at that. Look at this. This right here is very important. It's a major wick. It just tells me that price tried to go and break and keep going higher for that one time. But because the resistance on right here was so strong, it reversed. Retest, try one more time, it couldn't do it. Retest, try one more time, it did it. That's what we get in the market all the time, on all time frame. Middle of the week give us these opportunities on the higher time frame. That's why it goes further by Thursday. That's why Thursday is the best days in the market. You got to know all this. All right, so once we know this now, we could see, okay, top Bollinger Band on the daily kept pushing price down. But something interesting is happening right now. All right, and this started last week. Something interesting is happening. What is happening right now? Well, what is happening right now is price reached a major resistance zone this time. And where is that major resistance zone, chat? Where is that major resistance zone? It's simple. The major resistance zone is literally right here. Top Bollinger Band. Okay. Why is it a resistance zone? Well, I tell you what. It's a resistance zone because price reached that area and could not have kept going. That's why it's a resistance zone. If reverse, it go against. So I could go ahead. It's safe to say now, this is a major resistance zone. And I'm getting this resistance zone from the daily time frame. That's why we analyze our chart, guys. Because as the week goes, I'm seeing what I did. So I'm having my ideas play out in front of me because I kind of already did the work Sunday as far as analyzing my chart. By Wednesday, you want to do your midweek analysis and, of course, review your analysis and see if anything is changing. But that's the strategy. And I'm telling you, once you start trading on a profit account and you're doing bigger lot size and you're trading on your live account and you're making profit with the strategy, even if you didn't have no moving averages, just try to just trade from zone to zone. Bottom to the middle, middle to the top, top to the bottom, bottom to the middle, middle to the top, top to the middle. That's all the market do. The higher time frame, the further it goes. The lower time frame, the shorter it goes. All right, so now it's safe to say we have a resistance zone on the daily time frame. I'm going to color code that red. And we're also going to call it what it is, which is a daily, just like that, a daily, okay, daily resistance zone. And trust me, guys, we're not missing nothing. I'm telling you right now, we're not missing nothing. I've built like such a patience in the market now with the style of trading that I do and knowing what I know. It's like, I know, bro. We ain't missed nothing yet, man. The moves in the market have not even started. So let's take our time. Don't feel like we're missing out on anything to just really focus on analyzing our chart. Because that's damn near 90% of the damn grind. All right? Appreciate the follow, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, like I'm saying, that's when you analyze your chart. That's you done 50%, 70% of the work. Because after that is just seeing if what you're doing is actually happening. Is it working? Is it profitable? All right. Daily resistance zone. We'll mark that there. I'm just going to call it resistance. But let me know if you guys are getting this in the chat, man. Is this making sense? Because this week we're going to get a chance to see all of this play out, what I'm saying right now. All right. We got a resistance zone here. Daily resistance zone. Okay. Question. Simple. Based on what we just learned, based on what we just went over, very easy, very simple. Okay. Based on what we just went over, if price really respects this area and does not, right, and does not go back up, where would be the next destination if price do not go back up, even if it does go back up? As long as it does not pass this area back up, okay, where would be take profit on this trade? If we go for a sell. Since it's not going back up, we clearly see this is a resistance zone. It's not going back up. If we think it's going to go somewhere, we need to know where it's going. So if price, right, is right here in the top Bollinger Band, the next destination that would happen on this trade, the next destination that would happen is literally the middle Bollinger Band, guys. Literally right here. Take profit. Now, that's a long way down. That's a long way down. But guess what? We are on the higher time frame, guys. We are on the higher time frame. If this is what is going to happen, it's gonna, even if it plays around and it go up and down and it just do this, and even if it just does that, eventually it's going to make its way somewhere, which is going to be here. Unless it does not go to the middle for the take profit, respects this area as an uptrend line, go up and break resistance zone, break daily, top Bollinger Band one more time to keep going up, which is possible as well. But the fact that this indicator literally shows us that in clear view gives us hope that, hey, now it's just, let me see if this is really accurate. Now, here's the thing. Just because we could see this is a potential here, that doesn't mean that it's just going to drop and get here. There's still support and resistance zone on the next time frame, which would be H4, H1, 30, 15, and down. So let's go to the H4. See where we at. Let's see where we at in the zone. Ooh, juicy. Since beginning of last week, we was looking for sales on gold. We didn't fully know just yet, but market opened just like this, made a gap, and then we had a retest by like Monday. We had a perfect entry by Tuesday, Wednesday. Market gap, left those entries behind, kept going towards the middle Bollinger Band. That was a given. That was easy. Reason why is because 50 MA had already gave this entry here. 50 MA, moving average, which I'm going to show you. Now, throughout the whole week, since last week on the live session, we've been trading together. I've been saying that price is going towards bottom Bollinger Band on the H4 time frame. It gave us a nice entry here while we was on the live trading session inside of the middle Bollinger Band, because again, remember, market go from zone to zone. So in this scenario here, we came from the top Bollinger Band H4 to the middle Bollinger Band. From middle, now it can't go any further up. It broke through the lower. Now next destination is take profit. Bottom Bollinger Band H4. Now it's a matter of, now we know that, okay? We know we put most likely going to go to bottom Bollinger Band on the H4 time frame, which is a take profit area. We know that now. Now it's about how do I execute in this trade and really capitalize on a good entry at the top to go to bottom Bollinger Band. And not self-sabotage, not over-risk, not lose my profit, not lose my equity, and actually make profit throughout the week as and when price actually make its way to go down there. Because remember, I told you guys, it's not just about knowing where the direction is going. It's how you're going to execute to make profit on your idea based on the strategy. So this is where we're going to go to the smaller time frame to see the next resistance zone, which could represent as a middle Bollinger Band or a top Bollinger Band. In this scenario, once I go lower from the H4 time frame, I'm only looking for top Bollinger Band entries. And I'm going to place my pending orders there. So we're going to go over that real quick so you guys can see how that would play out. Now, just know that this is a major resistance zone. I'm going to write in my analysis on a naked chart that, hey, this is H4 middle, right? Middle BB resistance zone. Let's write that down. That's the H4 BB resistance. That's how simple the strategy is, guys. And then once I add everything on there, you'll see, oh, it makes sense. And I'm going to color code it white because that's just what the line is. Right? This is the middle Bollinger Band. Okay. I also need to write that it is a middle Bollinger Band. It's very important. This is the only way you become strategic. You got to be in details. H4, mid, H4 middle BB. All right, H4 middle BB resistance. If I have a resistance, I need a support. Where's my support? H4 bottom BB. Color coded as is. That's support, guys, for the week. It may start tonight, it may start tomorrow, we don't know, but that's where we're going. As a trader now, I just need to know how I'm going to enter this trade, how I'm going to make my move, how I'm going to strike at the right time. That's important. The timing at the right time, because you could lose not being on time. Been there. H4 bottom BB support. See how I'm strategic with the analysis? It's important. We're trying to make the big bucks here, guys. So treat it like it. Boom. All right, now we done on the H4. We need to go to the H1. All right. Interesting here. You see what happened here? On the H1 now, okay, we reached the bottom Bollinger Band. That was supposed to be a support. Okay? We reached the bottom Bollinger Band. That was supposed to be a support. And this scenario, it's not a support. It's a resistance zone. Why is it a resistance zone? Because price is under it. When price is under any line, whether that's top Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band, bottom Bollinger Band, or any line that you put, whatever it is, whenever price is below it, that's a resistance zone. That line represents as a resistance zone. When price is above it, that line represents as a support zone. In this scenario, price, which is the candles, is below the line. So therefore, it's a resistance zone. Now, look what's interesting. The bottom Bollinger Band is not just any line. It's the Bollinger Band. But it's also moving. You see? It's also moving. So I could go ahead and put literally what it is. That's a H1. Okay? That's a H1. Bottom BB resistance. That's what it is. Unless price goes back above it, then it's a resistance. And it doesn't matter what color it is. It could be white, it could be red, it could be green. As long as price tell you what it is. It's not the color. The color kind of gives you an idea of what it should be. But when price breaks it, that just means that, hey, I don't care if you're a support or whatever the hell, I'm going this direction. From orders from the higher time frame. What's the order? The order on the higher time frame saying, hey, from the daily, I came from the top. Literally, I came from the top. I'm trying to go to the bottom. That's the order here. That's what it's saying on the higher time frame. Once you just look at the chart like that, everything is going to make sense. All right. Now I have it like this. Now I know for sure, all right, we got a major resistance zone on the H1. As long as price don't break this area, I'm only looking to sell gold. And that's my, now I know where the market is going. You see what I'm saying? That's the analysis. That's the work. As long price do not go above this zone here, this little box that I just put here, only thing I'm doing for gold is selling it. That's it. That's it. If price do not break up, so let me give you guys a description. That's why we got the zoom for, right? If price do not do this, where it starts to buy, we go like this and like that, right? And stay above and then stay like that. Look, if it doesn't do this, I am not looking to buy gold, because price right now is showing me this. As long as it respects that line, I'm only looking to sell gold. This is just a pullback now. Now, if I go to the smaller time frame than that, I'm just gonna see more of the same thing. Bottom Bollinger Band represented as resistance zone because prices keep breaking it. Why? Because it has order from the daily time frame. It's coming from the top to go all the way down to the middle, or at least just H4 time frame bottom Bollinger Band, and we have a major buy from there. We'll see, but very interesting area we're in right now for gold. And again, as I go to the smaller time frame, you see prices around the bottom Bollinger Band area, using this as a support to see if it could break through the H1. But we'll see. Here as well, you could see prices at the bottom, so it's gonna try to go here. So that's mean when price breaks through here as a buy, this is what's cool about it. If price breaks up to go this area and breaks this area, let's say this is a candle, then the next destination is here. And if it reached that, it could try to sell from there, because remember, higher time frames still hold more weight. As long as price don't break the daily top Bollinger Band we saw from the strategy, we only going to keep selling. Until price fully go above this area, strong buys are not coming. You could take an advantage of a buy going up. All right, the only thing we're missing right now on this analysis is a trend line. That's it. So let's go ahead and add our trend line, because once that trend line is broken this week, that's going to tell us everything we need to know about gold. So let's go ahead and add our trend line right now. That's a nice trend line, but we need to make it match for where we at right now in present day. This is going to be useful later. So we're going to make it market from here to where it's at right now. That's our trend line right here. And I'm going to match it nicely, because when it breaks, I want to have strong confidence we only going down. Okay, and then stochastic is pretty low too on the daily. Low on the H4, so we may have a little pullback. That's going to give us better sell entries, which is what I want. The higher we could sell to go to bottom Bollinger Band on the H4, the better the signal is going to be. The longer it's going to go. So be patient. But that's my analysis, guys. As you guys could see, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. How would I enter? How would I enter? I could take a sell here, or some sells here, stop loss above, have my first take profit here, and if price breaks this area, now I know I'm going to the bottom Bollinger Band on the H4. Simple. That's it. All right. And what's going to show me that that's what's happening? Let's go back to the daily time frame. Based on the strategy, if I go ahead and I add 50 MA, you're going to see how 50 MA give you entry to start pushing down to go lower. Let's go ahead and hide our drawing. But first, let's lock them. Let's now go ahead and add the 50 MA from the Jackpot strategy. Just the 50 MA, just to keep it simple today. Because there's a lot I could go over here, but just to keep it simple. Let's go ahead and just go over the 50 MA. That's all. That's all we need. Alright, boom. We don't even need half trend. Just to show you this example for tonight. Alright. Boom. Alright, here's what's happening here. Notice, okay? Notice. 50 MA. Alright, 50 MA. On the daily time frame. Why stress on the daily? Because that's a big time frame. You see, this is 50 MA. And what's cool about the Jackpot strategy 50 MAs is that it changes color for you. Meaning, if we are buying, it's not going to just be one color, like just the blue that we have on the mobile. It's going to show you all green bullish since the time it started buying for you to keep buying. Since here, we've been buying. Now it's red. Imagine since here we've been selling all the way down here. Well, I tell you what, there's no imagination. That's what's most likely going to happen. Just got to be prepared. Got to be ready and take advantage of the move. All right, I'm already seeing volume dropping as well on the daily. So you already could foresee why and how price is going down for a sale. We had first entry here. 50 MA confirmed more entries for sales. And now we got to go down here. On the H4, how did that look? How does it look now? How do we know we're going down now? We need to see 50 MA red bearish. Last week, was it red bearish to give us that first entry, even to go to middle Bollinger Band? Yes, of course it did. That was the first entry exactly at 50 towards the middle. From the middle, almost reached 50 again for the re-entry opportunity. Broke through the middle. Now it's going to go trying to go down here. Now, here's the thing. We could potentially have a reversal where price retests this area and retests 50 MA on the H4 time frame and then go down to bottom Bollinger Band H4. This right here, you could see that happen this week. Okay? Just giving you guys a heads up. If that does not happen, then you're going to get something more like this, where price retests 50 MAs on the H1 time frame now because it's closer and decide not to go up too much, where 50 MA would be entry here. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame, let's see 50 MA, or right here. You see that? So that means right here could be a potential re-entry opportunity. And that's also where my zone is at. You see how that works? So that means price is buying now. I know it's buying, but I'm still keeping my sell position. Or not position, because I wouldn't want to be in a drawdown. Of course not. But I'm still keeping my sell bias. Because again, we could just have price testing this area. But what if it turns green and now it's going for take profit here, which is what I think is going to happen before the sell happens. So looking for a buy entry here to go up for a retracement is not bad, but it is against the trend. Just be careful. So as I go down to the smaller time frame, if this is a real resistance zone area that needs to be triggered, which it is, you're going to see 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame giving you green confirmation for you to buy gold towards the next area where it could potentially sell from. That's how it works. So 15, let's see. We should have a 50 MA about to turn red, green. There it is. You see? It's like I knew. I told you. Right here. It's 50 MA. What is that doing? It's green. That means it's going to try to push price to go up for a buy. All right, to go towards this way. To be honest with you, this is not a bad trade for a buy. It's really not. Because stop loss is going to get a chance to be very, very tight. How? Because we add the daily entry. That means if I take my buy trade here, stop loss is underneath here. But I'm hoping that 50 MA, which turns green, to keep price above daily entry, where I'm supposed to be entering from the Jackpot strategy anyway, to make sure stop loss do not trigger here at 50 pips, to go towards take profit on a 1:2, 1:3 ratio at 100 pips, 150 pips, 200 pips. That's the strategy, guys. Now it's up to me if I want to take this trade here, because I'm already seeing confirmation. But like I said, it is going against the overall bigger perspective, which is higher time frame. But it matched the point. 50-minute time, smaller time frame, 15-minute time frame, 50 MA is green. I bet you on the 5-minute time frame is green as well, of course, because it started that. Smaller time frame started that. So there it is. You call your entry for a buy here because you've seen exactly what I'm talking about and you did exactly what I'm talking about. You bought from 50 moving average without even knowing this. You would be in profit just from that 50 moving average. What if you was just practicing what I told you about price go from zone to zone? You would have got in a buy here, stop loss underneath that to go towards the middle. Of course, you don't know that if that was going to happen, but it's worth the chance. It's worth the try. That's the whole point, guys. Trading is all about taking attempts. I need you guys to get your profit account from my recommended list. Link is already inside of the description, or contact me on Telegram, Jackpot PMG, or IG Jackpot PMG, and I'll give you my recommendation. So you could actually start taking action with the Jackpot strategy, taking the trade based on what we're learning right now in real time. That's all you need to do. Because even if you're wrong, you knowing where to enter and exit gives you more hope to know that you're going to hit soon. Because look, if you were to take this trade knowing what we just talked about, bottom to the middle, you would have been in a buy here, going to the middle for take profit, and then now thinking, maybe price could go from middle to the top. That's it. Now I could scalp this if I want to. Now I could enter a trade for a buy. That's how it works, man. That's literally how it works. It's very simple. So I'm going to enter a quick trade here because it's easy. I don't have to even risk that much. I just want to prove myself if I'm right or wrong, because it is a confirmation. I will take a buy here. I'm not going to do too much of a big trade, but if I win, I'm making definitely over 300. 5-minute time frame. All right, we above 50. Price is above the middle. Only way to go right now is take profit here. So let's go. And that doesn't mean it's going to buy fully. It just means that it's retracing. So it could really do the big move it wants to do later on the week, which is what I think is going to go for a sell. But we'll see. Easy trade right here. Watch this. Boom. Stop loss right underneath. We're going to do stop loss right underneath. Easy trade. 50 pips. Easy. And I don't expect price to go lower. Now I could even make it even more safe and have my stop loss underneath 50 MA and possibly re-enter around this area here if it give me a re-entry at 50 MA here again. But watch this. This is easy. Now that I have my stop loss, now I need my take profit. My take profit could be up here, but I don't think that's going to be that much pips. Let's do on the 15. On the 15, I think we could at least possibly re-reach middle Bollinger Band. So let me go ahead and put take profit at top Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band here, just like that. Boom, just like that. And I'm going to plan on trailing stop loss whenever price reach this take profit here, which would be top Bollinger Band on the 5 minutes. So I'm trailing stop loss. I'm going to add an alert when price reach this area so I could trail stop loss. And then from there, I'm going to secure gains as price keep going up. Because once price reach this area, either it's going to fully reverse back down or it's going to break through it, turn that to a new support, because that's what it does. So it could go towards my take profit, which is top Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band on the 15-minute time frame. That's the market, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Again, the moving averages, 50 MA, half trends, and all of that, if I go ahead and add those to my chart, all of that is just telling me if it's happening right now. How do I know price is going up right now for the buyers? Because 5-minute time frame gave me a support and it was all green bullish from the 50 MA. It came from the bottom, reached the 50 MA, it turned green. Now I know I'm buying. And also my candles is green as well, as another confirmation we have in the strategy. 1 minute time frame. This is how I look. Very simple. Look, from the bottom to the middle. From the middle, entry here, 50 MA, price pushes up. 50 MA is green, price pushes up. I got my entry here, so that means I'm already in profit. And voila, I'm making about 60 bucks. That's it. That could have been a standard. That could have been a 5 standard. That could have been a 10 standard. But realistically, as the week goes, we're going to be able to see how this is playing out and how we could really make profit on these moves like this, guys. But that's plain and simple, guys. I mean, it doesn't get much more simpler than this, you know. I'm going to be creating a lot more videos explaining more of the other indicators within the Jackpot strategy, because the Jackpot strategy is stacked with some valuable tools within it that's literally going to take your skills to the next level for real. For real. So like, when I show you guys these things, I'm really showing you how you could leverage with the indicator. But like I said, realistically, the indicator have a lot of confluence in it. All right, this is a lot of confluence, which I will get a chance to explain to you guys soon in my channel with more videos I'll be creating, showing you guys exactly what the hell is going on. But guys, once you find out exactly where, you know, your chart is headed, what's going on, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to make some good trades. That's the first thing, because if you don't know where the market is going, you're going to be scattered. And what does that mean? You're going to be buying and selling, buying and selling. At this point, you don't know what's going on. You're just trying to make some money. And that's a tough position to be at. I hate that feeling. When you're scattered, you're buying and selling, trying to see where the direction is going to go, and you're not getting a breakout. That usually happens when you're in consolidation. So to overcome that, just be a little bit more patient. That's all. So that's pretty much it, man. I want you guys to go ahead and practice this. Open your account. I have a recommended broker that's going to give you 200% bonus. That means once you deposit $100, you get $200 in your equity. Total, you have $300 to risk now. And if you deposit $1,000, they give you $2,000. That's mean now you have $3K in equity. Now you are able to trade with $3,000 equity in the market. And if you got 10K, you put 10K in. They give you 20K. Now you have 30K in equity, and now you can take action in the market with more equity. So, guys, deposit whatever you can in the broker, man. Start your account and see what you could do with what I just showed you right here. Just try to do it. Even if you need to start off doing this on just the smaller time frame as a scalper, you could do that, right? And last but not least, within the Jackpot strategy, the Jackpot confirmation actually gives us an alert for buy and sell if I turn it on. It's not just a line. So if I turn it on, right, for it to give me a buy and sell, it's going to literally give it to me. All right, I turned it on here. Let me make sure I make it give me the label. All right, let's look at here. We had the sell since here. Now I needed to show me the label. How do I do that again? Let's go to input. We have the confirmation on. Input status line is on. We're gonna put the buy label, and we're gonna put the sell label on. There it is. You see that? You see that ticker that says sell? Yeah, the strategy told me. When gold was selling, the strategy had already said to sell. Since, look, since here. You feel me? That's a big sell. Let's see if we have a signal on the H1. There it is. We have a sell signal on the H1. So I already know we selling gold. It's just a matter of time. But as of right now, we are pulling back. So on the smaller time frame, I should be getting signals for buy. So let's see on the 1 minute time frame. Did it say buy yet? Not yet. It ain't said buy yet, but it's pushing. 30-second definitely said buy. And that's so cool. Look at that. Boom. Buy. 30 seconds. So I know we're going from that zone to this zone. On the 8 minute time frame, we're going from this zone to this zone at least, because I had a 30-second buy telling me to buy right now. That's it. Imagine you just follow this with a big lot size. That's profit. That's profit. I'm telling you, man. Look, when we get to the position where we're dropping these lot size, these trades are gonna be so easy. As you guys can see, I just took this trade in front of you. It was stress free, no headache. I just did it because I already did the work from analyzing my chart. Now it's like I see what's going on and I just took action. And that's what we're gonna do throughout the week because we're gonna get some big moves this week. We just want to make sure we end those trades with a decent lot size and really take profit. The reason I like to do 1 or 2 trades now because it gives me an opportunity to do another entry when the time is right, whether that was going to be for a pullback or a re-entry here. Compared to like I used to trade before, as you guys know, adding multiple lot size, and the drawdown kills me like that. So I don't want you guys to trade like that no more. Just trades on the zone, 1 or 2 trade, max 3 trade. And I guarantee you're going to see a lot better results. So, guys, let's stay locked in, man. Let's stay focused on the jackpot strategy so we could really win and hit the jackpot for us. So, let's stay locked in, man. Now, to be honest, kind of tired. I'm not going to even be able to break down every other pairs, and we don't have that much time to go over all the other pairs I talked about. But one thing for sure, let's review Nas 100. There it is. I told you guys I'm getting a little tired. I need some rest so I could bring it throughout the week. But let's see NASDAQ. Same thing, man. NASDAQ did it right in front of us and we were shook. I caught some of the good moves though. But look, I'm gonna show you right now. Zone to zone, man. Look, it did it from top. Let me kind of hide this. Look, top to the middle, middle to the bottom, bottom to the middle, middle to the top. That's what the market do, all time frame. But what interests me is I want to see what it's doing on the higher time frame. I'm go ahead and delete all my drawings, and let's see. We've been pushing up crazy. All right, boom. Oh, damn, I messed up. Let me bring it back. Oh, this one is not refreshed. Hold on. Reload. There it is. Alright, let's go to NAS, redo. And let's also make sure we save our analysis as well for the week. So to save your analysis, guys, just go and press the lock button. Make sure that's on so you know you have no worries. Alright, look at this. Zone to zone, man. Price drop, all right, from 15. Guess what? It couldn't keep going down to break this one to go down here. It pushed back up. Now it's back up here again. 30-minute time frame. Oof, this looks juicy. I think we're gonna have a major drop for NAS, guys. No cap. Unless price breaks this zone, I think we're gonna have a major drop. H1 pushing up. Look at H4. Oof, strong support, man. It literally broke the H4 time frame, top Bollinger Band, that was supposed to be a resistance zone. It just completely destroyed that area like crazy. Crazy. So let's see. Daily time frame. Oh, you see on the daily time frame, we still got a long way to go. So I think we're gonna reach here and possibly break through. Damn, that's gonna be crazy. On the weekly, it's already pushing. Sheesh, you guys already seen what it did on the weekly on gold. So, damn, this uptrend is gonna be ridiculous unless they do a completely reverse. But let me go ahead and start analyzing my chart. So what do I see? I see there's a major resistance zone up here. So I'm gonna call it what it is. All right, right there. It's a red daily Top Bollinger Band, man. We're gonna call this daily TBB, top Bollinger Band resistance. That's all. We just marking them, prepare ourselves for the week. That's 80% of the work. Now about 70% for H4. All right, H4 clearly shows us that this is a crazy support zone. So we're gonna mark it for what it is. That's just what it is, right? Boom. And I'm gonna leave the color as is because that's just what it is. I may not even want to even mark it because it ain't fully test. Let me do. There's no other support zone. So that's the one. We're gonna call it H4, which was a resistance zone. Now keep that in mind. That's how you know you're gonna be on a crazy uptrend. It was a resistance zone. It changed. We're gonna call it H4 T BB support because it was a top Bollinger Band and now it's just a support because price is above it. Boom, just like that. H1, there it is. All right, we have a uptrend here going on. 30-second, 30-minute, boom. If I want to, I could add a trend line here, but I really don't need to because I already know it's pushing up, but let me just do it anyway for structure's sake. Boom. And then I could also have another line here just going across up just to see how it's going to react, but I'm not even going to do that. And then right here, I'm just going to say that this is a major resistance zone waiting to be tested. Okay? When price fully break and turn this to a new support zone, the only next destination is here. Guaranteed damn near. And if price do not do that, let's say it respects this area and it cannot break it, then it's going to go all the way back down, test the trend line, and possibly go lower. We'll see. That's why I like analyzing my chart, guys, because I get to see what I did and how I'm reacting, what's going on. Is it doing what I think? I love it, man. I love the game. Love the hustle. All right, we're going to do this as what it is, right? 30-minute, 30 M T BB. Not just any BB. It's a 30-minute BB resistance zone. What does BB mean? Bollinger Bands. What does T mean? Top. What does BB mean? MBB mean? Middle Bollinger Band. BB means bottom Bollinger Bands. I just abbreviated and make it easy. That's it. Resistance zone right here. And just like gold. But this one is different. Because if it breaks it, I know we're not coming back for a sell anytime soon or at all. But if it doesn't, this is a major zone right here. Same thing, guys. Same thing. This week. Depending on how price is reacting and breaking around this area, that's going to tell me everything I need to know. If price breaks this zone, okay, if price breaks this zone and it goes higher, oh yeah, we definitely buying. So how would that look like throughout the week? Let's zoom in. That would look like this. If price go up, break, retest, we're going to TP here. But if price go up, cannot break, then we're going to TP here. And possibly break to go to TP here for the retest. And possibly turn the newer resistance on and just keep going down further. We don't know. All we could do is be on our toes and be ready. That's all it is to the game, guys. Preparation. Two key things that's changed everything for me and is going to continue working. And I highly recommend you guys do the same. Preparation and patience. 2 things. Prepare and be patient for the move and take it at the right time. That's it. You do that this week on your account, you're going to have some good results, guys. But like I said, guys, I'm going to end it here. I'm pretty tired right now. My trade is in profit. I'm going to let the thing run. It's an easy trade, simple trade. Did it right in front of you guys. I'm not going to call a signal for it because it's going against the trend unless tomorrow I see it's really going to go for a buy for a little bit longer. Then I'll call the signal for you guys that are in my paid group. But besides that right now, man, we just going to see how this one plays out. Wait, be patient for our moves to play out and come to us. Do not rush, and we will have a great week. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to make sure I lock my drawings in here. Notice what I did here on my analysis. I did not say right now is going up. I did not say right now is going back. Right now, I just have a bias. I have ideas. I've set up my analysis to have an idea. As price prove my idea more right, then I'm going to be ready to take that trade. As price prove my ideas to be wrong, then I'm going to probably look to change my idea. That's all analyzing your chart is all about, guys. That's why we prepare on Sundays. Because we set the trap. Literally put our lines where we think price is going to test or break so we could be able to have the confidence to take our entries when it's the right time. That's why I emphasize, guys, it's very, very important for you to analyze your chart at all times. You always want to be analyzing your chart, guys. Right? I take my time on Sundays to do this because, like I said, analyzing your chart, guys, is damn near 70% of the job as a trader. You analyzing your chart and having a bias and having an idea makes up for 90% at least of the work. 70 to 90%. Why I say that? Because once you know or at least have an idea where the market is going, it's all about execution. Analyzing your chart, guys, at least twice a week is one of the most important things you could do as a trader. Because when you analyze your chart, you're going to have an idea and bias of what could happen in the market. And as price is going in that certain direction, it's proving your analysis to be right or wrong. If it's proving your analysis, if price moving based on the analysis that you did, based on you doing your trend line, your support and resistance zone, seeing if price is breaking that structure, you seeing price reacting based on the analysis you did is what's going to give you the confidence to take that trade, whether it's for a buy or sell. Price is going to let you know when to take that trade because it's going to react around your zones, your support or resistance zone and trend lines that you did. And if you are wrong in your analysis, price is also going to show you that, which is also going to give you the confidence to positively change your trading idea to go the opposite direction where you could now see price could go. This is why it's so important for you guys to analyze your chart. I highly recommend analyzing your chart at least twice a week, Sunday night before moves really start happening, and Wednesday night before we have a midweek reversal. You do that twice a week, guys, a lot of things is going to change in your trading journey, guys. So let's stay locked in. We had an amazing session. Let's stay locked in. Let's be ready for our move. Let's let the market come to us by reacting to our chart analysis that we did tonight. That's all trading is all about. Letting price come to you. Letting the money come to you. Letting price come to your zone so you could take an action. Right? We don't want to be reactive in the market. We want to be proactive by already did our analysis. And now we just waiting for price to tell us that this analysis is correct so we could pull the trigger. That's all it's about, guys. So make sure you do your own personal analysis this week. Make sure you lock in. Be ready, guys. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Tomorrow, we back at it again, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's stay locked in. And if you're not in my paid members group already, you're definitely missing out on the signals that are going to be coming out. Make sure to lock in. Contact me, Jackpot PMG on Telegram or IG to get more information on any of my products. Links is also inside the description. Again, That's all for today's session. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay tuned for more content coming soon, long form content coming soon, more reels coming soon. And that's all for tonight. And you guys have a great rest of your week. Let's go.